All right, good evening. I'm meteorologist Alexandra Cranford at WWL Louisiana, and we are getting you an update on what we're expecting with some strong storms on Monday. So we've had a beautiful weekend, no weather problems, but heading into tomorrow, we are expecting some thunderstorms to roll through, and this will actually be a somewhat prolonged event. Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and even into the overnight hours. The rain should be gone by early Tuesday morning, but we will have several hours in the second part of Monday and into Monday night where we are going to be at the chance or have a chance for some severe storms. Right now, our entire area is at the level 3 enhanced risk of severe weather, and that's out of the 5 risk levels. So pretty typical when we have a strong storm system, maybe a couple of spotty strong storms to be at level 2. But interestingly, we've been nudged up a level higher, so a little bit more serious risk with this system on Monday. The main threats on Monday are going to be high wind gusts, damaging wind gusts, maybe 60+ miles per hour, and also the potential for a few tornadoes as we have a common setup where we have warm air surging to the north and then a big line of storms moving in with a cold front from the west. So looking at your severe weather threats, I think high wind gusts would be the main threat. We will also have at least a low to medium chance for a couple of tornadoes. Also the potential for maybe some hail, although that is looking like a little bit of a lower overall threat for us. And also we are expecting some pretty heavy rain at times, maybe 2 to 4 inches of rain. Now that could be spread out over a while from afternoon through night, but still that would be a concern if we do get a heavier storm, and that could cause some street flooding. So the timing again, Monday afternoon, all the way through the nighttime hours. And we may have sort of 2 rounds of rain, one in the afternoon and evening, and then another overnight with the line of storms, which I'll show you in a second with our model. Wanted to show you really quickly. This is by Tuesday. This is, for example, the European model. It has up to about an inch of rain for a lot of spots, but closer to 2 or 3 inches for a few locations. The GFS is similar with about 2 or so inches of rain, maybe 3 or 4 on the higher side. And we're going to be seeing, again, if we do have a heavier downpour, we might get a little more than that under a couple of the storms that form up. So we have been placed at a flood watch. This goes from Monday afternoon through very early Tuesday morning, likely even before sunrise will be finished with the rain on Tuesday. And this would be for street flooding possible across our North Shore, south of the lake spots, coastal Mississippi, pretty much our entire area with these storms that are moving in. Rain Q&A, again, the bottom line, Monday afternoon through the nighttime. How much rain? 2 to 4+ inches. And severe storms, yes, that is a possibility. Not that everyone will get that, but we will have some higher wind gusts, the main threat, and also the potential for a few segments of these storms to start rotating and bring a tornado threat too. Now, looking at satellite and radar quickly right now, it's just high pressure over the southeast. We've had these clouds streaming overhead today, but overall, again, a really pretty weekend is what we got to experience. But we're starting to see this low pressure system out to the west. This will be what moves in across Texas during the early part of tomorrow and rolls through our area Monday night. In the meantime, though, you can see this movement here from the southwest. We will get a warm front moving in, and that is part of what will destabilize our atmosphere and make it more likely to get those stronger thunderstorms. So let's jump into Precisioncast as you make your plans. This is starting Sunday, 10 p.m. We'll fast forward through the night. We're looking fine. And actually, if you have plans on Monday, if you can get it done early in the day, I think you'll be fine. Before lunchtime is what I'm thinking. We will not have a lot of rain. This is 7 a.m. If you have to get out and about, drive around, run some errands, get to work or school, I think it'll be a quiet start to the day. But look at this. This is by noon, starting to see a few showers and storms arriving. So first part of the day, you're fine. But after lunch, getting into the afternoon and evening, it starts to get a lot more active. Look at this. This is by 2 p.m., some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And out ahead of the cold front, as we see this warmer air begin to surge in, this is the time, afternoon to evening, where we could see a couple of those severe storms out ahead of the main line of rain, which is expected at night. We'll fast forward to 5 p.m. and look at this. This model wants to blow up a few storms across the Baton Rouge, south of the lake spots into the North Shore. And clearly these would be some that could bring some heavy rain and prompt some brief, at least brief, flash flooding in some spots or street flooding. Now look at this. This is what we're thinking. With the first wave maybe actually dying down by 9, 10 p.m., we might see a little bit of a quiet spell, and then we start to shift our attention to the actual line of storms with the cold front itself. So this is potential, this is tentative, the exact timing will likely change a bit, but our model wants to really form up a strong line of storms and has it moving in overnight by about maybe 1-2 a.m. or so. And then we'll fast forward into early Tuesday morning. Looks like the rain might already be out of here potentially by about 4 or 5 a.m. So this is 6 and 7 a.m. waking up, getting on the roads Tuesday morning. We may have just had some big downpours, but it does look quiet at that point. You might have noticed also the windy adjective because it will be quite windy. In fact, even without the storm, even without rain, we might still just have some wind gusts with the overall setup that could be near 60 miles per hour. So we're talking about maybe some power outages depending on how strong those winds can gust in certain areas. You might see a few tree branches blown down. And again, that would even be outside of any thunderstorm wind. That would just be the windy setup as we get a very tight pressure gradient ahead of this system with that strong low. And then this is Tuesday, 10 a.m. We're looking quieter. Talking about that wind, we have been issued from the National Weather Service a high wind warning. This doesn't happen very often. It goes from noon Monday through 3 a.m. Tuesday. So we're talking about late Monday, very early Tuesday, really more overnight. Southeast winds up to 35 miles per hour sustained, gusting to near 60 miles per hour. So again, that's what I was talking about. Our whole area is included with that. This is your forecast, by the way, for Monday. And as I was saying, a little bit of rain sneaking in by midday. But clearly the highest rain chance is going to be there in the afternoon and into the evening. And interestingly, we might, as I said, have a little bit of a lull maybe at night in the first part of the night, and then we get the line of storms moving in after that. Wanted to give you a look also at the 7-day forecast. Monday, of course, 100% chance of rain. We're going to get some rain tomorrow. In fact, we might get that heavy rain, so big heads up. Also notice it gets warmer. When we get that warmer surge of air, we may warm up all the way to 69, 70 degrees. Then the cooler air moves in. So Tuesday, there may officially be a 20-30% chance for a little bit of rain early. But again, by sunrise, I think we're looking fine. We should be dry, but still staying pretty windy. Even on Tuesday, winds not as strong as late Monday, but maybe up to about 20 miles per hour for winds on Tuesday, shifting from the southeast and becoming westerly. Highs Tuesday in the 50s, and then Wednesday, a chilly start, maybe even some frost north of the lake, possibly even south of the lake. Low temperatures looking like about 37 or so. That's right on the frost range, even south of Lake Pontchartrain. Then we have another system. The models are not in good sync yet on Friday, but just wanted to alert you. At the end of the week, and of course at the beginning of the week tomorrow, we're going to have these bookends with these high rain chances. So keep your eye on Friday. We will update you as we get closer. And then next weekend looks like Saturday could be a bit breezy after that Friday system. And then Sunday looking quieter and temperatures near about 60. So at least we get pretty weekend weather. But again, heads up for Monday. Just kind of keep your phone charged. You know what to do on these active weather days. Stay aware of the weather. You have our WWL app. That's a great way to just kind of check out the radar, see what the situation is. We'll be updating you, of course, throughout the morning at our noon newscast and for our evening newscast. And of course, if there's a tornado warning, we'll be cutting in on WWL and WUPL to let you know what's happening. And of course, you can find us on Facebook and on our social media as well as at WWLTV.com. So take care tomorrow. We will be with you through the event. Again, late Monday into Monday night. And then by Tuesday morning, the system's out of here.